Good. Show me what you can do.
Okay, I'll just warm you up. He's probably a little tired. I think Mel was going to introduce...
So, hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Because I can't hear anything.
No, I don't think we can hear, but they can hear us.
Sorry?
Yep.
Can you hear me? Deb? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Good.
Just have to tell the crowd to be quiet.
Okay, so Deb tells me that we have a 5-year-old, rising 6 in January, that she started him fairly quietly. He's one of the Ryan's bred horses by Fiji, out of what mare?
Richmead Medallion mare.
Medallion mare. Okay, good. He's quite tall, huh?
Yeah, he wasn't meant to get this
Got
tall.
little parents, but he's very tall. And he has a really nice rhythm to his trot. So, have you done any young horse classes with him?
No, I've only had him, I bought him at the end of last year. And we've only done one comp, which was in May this year.
Yep.
He had a few growth spurts, felt really weak and unbalanced. So we've just been consolidating at home, basically.
And did he come from Heath and Rosie?
Sorry?
Did you buy him from Heath and Rosie?
No, Raylene Thomas, who's there with the camera.
Okay.
Raylene bred him.
Good.
But he came from a mare from Heath and Rosie.
Okay. All right. So one of the things that I try and do with young horses, I break them in really early, like at about 2.5, and then I always think it's a good idea. Just trot for a second, Deb. I always think it's a good idea to start them early, because if you start them early, you don't ever have to put any pressure on them. People think that they are too young and, their knees are not closed and their bones are a little bit soft and you should leave them and let them grow up.
No.
I don't agree with that. I think that you are better to break them in young, and then they are really ahead of the game the whole time. If you break the horse in late, then you put pressure on it to catch up to the other horses. If you break it in really early, you can ride him maybe 4 times a week for 20 minutes on a good surface with not a lot of pressure, and you have plenty of time to get all the basics right before you have to even think about doing any movements or learning anything. If you break your horse in at sort of 2.5, 3, you have a whole 2 years to get him straight and through and in front of your leg before you even have to think about doing any lateral work or anything like that. So we start ours early. And they are still sound, healthy horses at 15, 16 and beyond. So unless you start them at 2.5 and start training Grand Prix, it's not a problem. So long as you think that they are young horses and you have to take care of their brains and their bodies, then there's absolutely no problem with starting them early. I went and looked at a horse the other day, a really nice horse that I might buy, and he's 3.5, unbroken. Now we have to geld him and break him in, and he is going to really be behind the game. It's going to be hard for him. He's going to have to learn things really quickly to catch up. So this horse is 5 years old, so he's a young horse and he's quite tall. He's got really, just looking quickly, he has a really nice walk and a really nice trot with good rhythm. It's a little hard in a round arena because I really like to ride the young horses on straight lines. If you ride them, you want to establish the straightness before you establish the bend. Yeah? So you want to try and ride them in straight lines, not on circles. Straight, 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 do a circle, straight again. Yeah? And even when they're on the circle, not too much bend, because they cheat a little bit and drop their shoulders out. So, Deb,
Yeah.
you can trot again. It's a really nice walk your horse has got there. You can trot again. And when you're trotting, try to make a rectangle, yes, or a square, that you have straight sides and corners. With the young horse, well, not just with a young horse, with any horse, it always comes back to three things. The horse must be forward, so in front of your leg. So he has to be forward, but in the right way forward, not just running forward. So forward in front of your leg, straight. There's no other way to be straight than straight, yes? The shoulders, the hips, the ears, straight. And round. Round as in through, yeah? Not just round in a frame, but through and over the back. So those three things, forward, straight and round. And when we start the horses at 2.5, that's what you do. You spend a year, 2 years getting the horse in front of you in a steady rhythm, keeping it straight and through, yeah? Nothing else. That's it. That's all you have to do. And then once you've established that, you have a little bit flexion, some transitions in and within the pace, really basic correct work. It's a really lovely trot, huh? Really nice rhythm. You need to make him a little bit straighter, so a little bit more the outside rein, and sit straight, yeah? If your shoulder is square, your hip and your leg, then the horse will be straight. It's a bit like flying a plane. When you fly a plane, you put it in the air and you do a thing where you trim the plane out, and the plane is aerodynamically built to balance itself. But your horse is a little bit the same. If you ride him straight, he will go straight. Yes? Ride straight lines. Mirrors come in really handy when you're doing that. Ride straight, Deb, in a straight line. Yeah? Keep the outside rein and look that he's straight. Then turn the corner and then a straight line again. Yeah? Straight. Yeah? Ride in a straight line. Pick a point, pick that float or pick a point and ride in a straight line. Keep the outside rein. Keep him straight. Good. And the tempo, you have to think that the tempo stays just an idea quicker. You don't want him to be in control of the tempo. You are in control of the tempo. So if your horse is a little bit quick, then you want to slow the tempo down slightly. If your horse is a little bit slow, then you want to quicken the tempo up a little bit. This horse has a really, really nice trot. He's got good rhythm, good suspension, a really nice natural rhythm. Change the rein, please, Deb. And you want to make the tempo just an idea quicker, right? So come. I'll change the rein. Yep. Good. And so the same thing. Put him on a rectangle where you go straight, corner and straight. And come. Put the whip across your knee so you touch him on the hind leg with the whip, not on the shoulder. Straight, outside rein. Keep him straight. Good. And then think quick. Come. Not medium trot. Just touch him on the hind leg. Good. And make the working trot just a little quicker. Come. Quick. Come. Quick. That's better, right? You stay in control of the tempo. Don't let him control the tempo. It's okay. Keep him uphill. Okay, and the same thing in canter. Just be in control of the tempo. Come. Good. Keep your leg on him and stay in control of the tempo. Once the horse is in control of the tempo, he can decide to go a little bit forward or come a little bit back. And then you are just correcting what he is deciding to do. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive. So you stay controlling the tempo. Quick. Yeah, good. And then he is not in charge anymore. If he then tries to go a little bit quicker or tries to go a little bit slower, you feel it a lot quicker because you are there all the time. You are really controlling that tempo. Deb, you think you need to walk for a bit? Do small amounts of good work, yeah? Let him look down a little bit, just a little, yeah? Good. And even in walk, keep him a little bit straight. Hold the outside rein, keep him straight. So every horse, for me, starts in the same way, whether they're a 4-year-old or a Grand Prix horse. We establish a rhythm. Make that the horse is straight, and that he stays directly underneath you, and that you establish a rhythm and a tempo. Once you've established that, then you start a little bit the tempi transitions, and you also always start them. So you're doing the tempi transitions to make the horse a little bit more adjustable, and you always start them really small. Yeah. So you have a little bit go, a little bit back, a little bit go, a little bit, just a little bit, this much. Yeah. And eventually you make it more and more. So often you see the tempi transitions done like you collect and you go, and you only have 2 speeds. The horse comes back and then he goes forward, and he comes back and then he goes forward, and he very quickly learns that then he's not with you anymore. He's doing it on his own. Your horse should have 10 speeds, 20 speeds. You can collect a little bit, you can collect for a 4 and you can go forward for a 6, or you can collect for a 1 and go forward for a 3, and then you can go forward again for an 8 and then come back to a 7. Do you understand? You have to keep changing it. You can't just go forward, come back, go forward, come back. That's just one speed. In the end, one of the really hard things that we struggle with in Australia, because most of us do not have the opportunity to train on a Grand Prix horse or learn on a schoolmaster. So you kind of have to make it up as you go along. But when you're riding a Grand Prix horse, he goes halt, piaffe, passage, collected trot, medium trot, extended trot, lateral work. There's like a whole range of trots. So, and the same with the canter. There's from your pirouette canter to your collected canter and everything in between. So when you start with the young horse, you start with this in mind, that you start making the horse understand that it has to keep changing all the time. As it changes, it has to stay directly underneath you, and it's not allowed to go 1 whisker more than what you asked. You see so often when someone asks for an extended trot or extended canter, and my horse is a really good example of it, they just go. The horse is gone. You've done the transition into extended canter, and the horse goes till it gets to the end, and then you put the brake on. You essentially have not ridden the whole diagonal. You've just sat there and hung on until you get to the end when you stop. Yeah? So the problem with that is at the beginning, because when you asked your horse to go, he didn't listen to you. He just went, because that's what you've trained, and he did it himself. Whereas in reality, you should be able to ride the extended trot or the extended canter the whole way across the diagonal. You should be able to say to your horse, and go, and stay going, go, 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 and come back. Yeah? If you get to the point where you say go, and then almost immediately you are holding until you stop at the end, you have lost your horse. He has gone on his own. Putting them underneath you and not letting them learn to think on their own. For 23 hours a day, they can think in the paddock, they can do, or the stable, they can do whatever they like. But for the 40 minutes or an hour that you ride them, however many times a week, they must do what you tell them. And like children, if they learn it at the beginning, it's a lot easier. Okay, can we sitting trot? Try a little also to stay on straight lines, good. Yeah, and keep him in front of you. The feeling with the horse being in front of you is that he wants to go, but he'll only go as much as you let him, yeah? Come, 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 come. You have to make it quicker. It has to be a little bit quicker. Yeah, sit, quick, quick. He doesn't have to be more forward or in medium trot, just a little bit quicker. It's okay, he will learn it. They can't learn it straight away. You do it a little bit with your seat and with your back, and just push quicker. You have to ride the tempo quicker than your horse gives it to you. Don't let him be in control of it. Now just think quick. Don't kick him. Don't kick him. Don't kick. Just sit back. Use your back and your seat. Now think with your seat. Just think quick, 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 quick. Come, come. Don't kick. Quick, quick. Now rise in trot. Go forward. Go. 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 Yeah. Good. Now, when you collect, don't let him get slower. Come. Don't let him get slow. Come on. Go forward again. Come. Go forward. Come. There, good. Now, collect so you make the strides smaller, but keep them quick. Sitting trot and collect. Now think quicker. Think quicker. Bring him back. Try not to kick him. Bring him back, but keep riding quick with your seat. Sit. Quick. Good. Then rise and go forward again. Come. Yeah. Don't rest. Yes. When you go forward, it's not time to rest. You still have to control the tempo. Quick. Good. When you now gently bring him back. Keep him in front of you. Then he gets behind you. Keep him in front of you. Good. And then gently bring him back. Slowly bring him up. You bring him back too quickly and he drops behind your leg, right? Slowly bring him back. Quick. And be quick with your bum. Quick. Good. Now, from behind, go forward. Sit back. Hind leg. Think about the back leg. Sit back and now rise and go forward. From behind. Good. Walk again. You have to do small amounts of movements and our eyes are at the front of our head. We are always thinking for the front and you really have to train yourself to think for the hind leg and control the tempo from behind. The transitions are what is important, not the trot in the middle. It's the transition where you lose the horse. So the transition you have to think, okay, I am here, I'm on the hind leg, I have him through, and now I go forward. Not go forward, oh no, he's on the forehand, lost the hind leg, now I have to do something about it. Prevent it. Always, every horse is the same. Okay, clearly not every horse is the same, right? But nearly all horses will react in a similar way. And when you ride many hundreds, you learn that, yes? It is in the transition that you will lose the hind leg. If you prepare and then ride the transition, you keep the hind leg. If you don't prepare, if you ask the horse to just go forward without preparation, he puts the hind leg out and he goes. Yes? If you ask the horse to collect without preparation, he jumps on the forehand and comes back that way. You saw it already, yes? So you have to think in each transition that you really think about the hind leg and really prepare your horse. Some horses for the transition will want to put their head up in the air. Others will want to drop down on the forehand. So they're the same but different, yes? And you have to prepare each one in the way it needs, it's going to react. If you ride the transition once and it does something in one way, don't ride it like that again. Yes? That's wrong. That didn't work. Don't do it like that again. So if you ask the horse to collect and he drops his wither out from under you, you can feel him drop behind you, okay, you're going to get that next time. Yes? Next time you have to say, I'm going to ask you to collect. Keep the hind leg under you. Put your wither up. Now collect. Prevent him. So I think, am I yelling? Good. Sometimes I yell. Sometimes I forget I've got the microphone on and I try to project. So I think that riding a horse, and don't laugh and don't quote me on this either, it's like driving a car, right? When you are driving a car, you're sitting in the seat, right? And you've got your hands on the steering wheel and this foot's doing the brake and the accelerator and this one's doing the clutch. Is that right? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Good. So it's a little bit the same when you are riding a horse, right? Your head and your back sits on the hind leg. This controls the hind leg. Your seat and your back controls the hind leg, yeah? Your lower leg controls the wither and the front leg. It can also control the hind leg, right? It can also give your horse a kick and get the hind leg on you. But in a perfect world, you have control of the hind leg through your head and your back and your seat. Your front leg, your lower leg controls the front legs. You put your foot underneath the girth, behind the elbows, and the wither comes up. Yes? And your hands are controlling this bit. And it all works together. And you can't have one without the other. Yes?